Good morning, student. Welcome for today's science class. How are you all, time? Welcome back after the exams. I hope you have done well in your exams and you are quite satisfied with your result. So let's continue with the chapter 17, that is forest. And you all know about forest, you're well aware with this term. Basically, what do you mean by forest? Forest is a large area that is thickly covered by the trees, shrubs, herbs, grasses, creepers, and even climbers. So it's a densely populated area. And our land exists 3.9 billion hectares of forest on our earth. So basically, we'll talk about the tropical rainforest. They are there in our India also, and basically in the world it contains maximum area, and these rainforests are containing the perennial rivers. So let's begin with the chapter with little bit introduction. Okay, the structure of a forest we are talking about here. So a type of vegetation and animals found in different forests vary depend upon the climatic condition. Like if the animals are surviving over here, they all depend upon the climate which exists in these forests. So the climate, it all depend upon that. So next, a forest consists of three layers. Three layers of vegetation. The main three layers of vegetations are canopy, understory, and forest floor. So let's see this diagram first, this fig 17.2. You can see this upper area, it's like an umbrella-like structure. It is called canopy. And this area that is called understory. And the ground area is known as forest floor. So in this way it is having the three different layers. Let's take it in detail. Canopy layer. A forest top layer consists of the branches and leaves of a tall tree, forming a kind of roots or umbrella over the smaller trees and other plants also. So this is pretending like an umbrella on over the small herbs and shrubs, and it is behaving like an umbrella and give the protection for these birds, insects, animals which are surviving or living as taking as a shelter in these trees. So they are it is umbrella which is helping them in the rural every condition also. One more thing I like to add is that these umbrella-like structures of these trees will not allow the sunlight to penetrate through it. So that's why also these small creepers, like small insects, will able to survive in the soil also. So let's take the second topic, that is understory layer. Okay, let's after seeing this understory area, we'll continue with this topic, as the layer of the vegetation in the forest just below the canopy is called the understory. So you have to learn this definition. After that, it mainly has the different horizontal layers. Below the tall tree, there are smaller trees, and below which there are shrubs and tall grasses. The lower layer is formed of herbs, plants such as ostriches, palms, ferns grow in this region. So a large variety of insects, even birds, snakes, lizards, even carnivorous predators such as jaguars, python, leopards used to survive over there, used as a shelter on these understory layers. Let's see the next topic of this same. Let's see the third layer, that is the forest floor. Now we will discuss after this the forest floor. You have seen the diagram. In this, after this, I'll talk about topic this region receives very little amount of sunlight. Only plants adapt to grow with very less light and survive in this damp, warm and dark region of this forest. So the little herbs and shrubs used to survive over there in these areas, and even we can see this. A layer of dead and decay leaves are also present over there, where these millipedes, centipedes, beetles used to use as the shelter. Even the tigers, bears, lions all used to live in the forest floor only. So it's a very good habitat. Trees are the very good habitat for them to survive. All the wildlife, all and everything depend upon these three layers of the forest. Let's continue with, after seeing this diagram, you are very much clear with this topic. Now let's discuss the second topic, that is forest importance. So importance of forest we have to discuss over here. Forest, a source of wood. Forest is using as a very wide range of wood we are using nowadays for cutting them, for building the houses, for the industries. You're using a wood for making many type of furnitures we are utilizing over here. So forest we are using a lot. You can see the picture, like we are cutting the tree whole forest with making the plywood's, and we are using for the paper, even for the houses and everything we are utilizing it. So forest we are utilizing as a wood. That's the main purpose for us, making the household things even. Next is second point, the forest a source of the variety of products we are using. Several plants that grow in forest are used in the preparation of medicines. See, this is a medicinal plant, cinchona tree, which is used to prepare the medicine that's known as quinine, and it is used for the treatment of malaria. And some few trees contain these substances called Taxol, which help them to fight against the cancer. So we are using this tree for fighting against the cancer. Okay, next topic we are going to cover, that is forest maintain the balance of gases. How forests maintain the balance of gases? As the forest, as you can see, the trees are releasing oxygen, and animals, even us, are utilizing that oxygen for the respiration system. And after that we are releasing CO2 gas in the atmosphere, and these trees are taking the CO2 gas and make them as a useful gas for us again. So this is all repeated again and again, and we are getting a very green lungs in nature, right? They are getting a very purified air by using this trees, because they are preparing the process called photosynthesis, through which they are giving us oxygen. So next topic we are going with is forests maintain water cycle in nature. Forests also maintaining a water cycle like treatment. We are getting the water. We can see in this cycle that forests are quite responsible for this. As the water evaporates, and again after the evaporation, in the form of precipitation, they come back, and the water is collected in the rivers, ponds, and even the groundwater. And again the transpiration, through the transpiration, even the evaporation again take places. Through this process, the forests are quite responsible for this water cycle. So after that we'll go to the next topic, that is forest prevents soil erosion. So this is the next point I like to cover, that plant prevent erosion. How plants are preventing erosion? You can see this. Roots, you can see roots are there, and these roots are holding the soil. You can see these roots are holding the soil over there, and when the water is coming, these water is also get locked over here, and the soil is also get locked over here. And when the soil is get locked over here, the water runs over here and flows in this pit, but soil will not, because soil was locked by these roots. If more forests are there, more roots are there, and definitely they will block the soil and it will not be eroded anymore. Okay, so next topic I'm going to take, that is soil prevents floods and replenish groundwater. So how it is happening? You can see these forests are binding the water molecules also, and these water is get collected over there in the forest. So groundwater level maintain over there in the forest. After that, next topic I like to cover is forests provide food and shelter to wildlife. We have discussed a lot on this, that forest or tree is having a three part, and every three part is utilized by the animals to survive over there. In the ground level, you can see over there that all the animals are surviving and living over there and taking as a food and shelter from these forests. So next topic I like to cover in this is forest reduce pollution. How forest is reducing pollution? Of course, it is purifying the air, as it is taking the harmful gas which is harmful, that is carbon dioxide, taking it, and in return it is giving us oxygen which reduces the pollution. That's why we used to say grow more trees which reduce the pollution and we can get the purified air. Adding up this, I'll go with the recreation. What is recreation? After cutting these forests, after cutting these trees, we are developing the parks over there where it is developed. After, you can see the cutting is taking places a lot, and after that the peoples are making buildings, factories, parks, and every amusement things they are making. Beware with that, the trees are giving so much to us and still we are cutting them. So I am winding up this chapter, this topic, importance of forest. And after that we will discuss a next topic, that is independence of plants and animals in a forest, in the next class. Till then, go through with this chapter, go to the content. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.